Thanks for joining us today. I'm Gabe with Backwoods Pursuit. Today we're doing an Exo K3 4800 review. The Exo K3 4800 is an internal frame hunting backpack. We're going to look at each of the features of this bag, the pocket configurations. Come along as we do that. We sure do appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for us. It really does mean a lot to us. Check out our website, backwoodspursuit.com, and our Facebook and Instagram pages, Backwoods Pursuit. Let's go get started. Alright, so the Exo K3 here features a lot of changes here in 2019 that Exo Mountain Gear put into this new bag. So I'm going to go over a few of those, but the first thing I want to touch on is that you did have a bit of a weight reduction with this bag. So the 4800 here comes at 4 pounds 15 ounces with just the bag. If you add the lid, you're at just over 5 pounds, 5 pounds 6 ounces I believe it is. One of the big changes here is the ability to have a couple of different frame heights. You got a small and a large frame. And the small goes is a 24-inch frame up to a 26.5-inch frame. You can select which one you need when you make your order with Exo Mountain Gear. The first thing I wanted to touch on as far as the bag configuration is you've got a different lid here, a different lid configuration. Here you've got an extra pocket here up on the top for your things like your phone, wallet, that sort of thing. So that's an additional pocket on the lid, and then on the main pocket here, you've got similar to the old one, but you have a new way to attach an interior pocket that way with a clip like that, whereas the other one was a Velcro attachment right here on the K2. Another thing that is new on the K3 here is the shoulder harness. You've got a little bit thicker padding here, and on the top here you've got some stretch material to give you a little more comfort on the top of your shoulders there, and it is very, very comfortable, as well as it gives you the ability to adjust the torso length here from 15 inches up to 23. So you got a huge range of functionality here in this pack, along with the different size frames. You can mix and match the frame size with the harness size and the harness height to really get the perfect fit for you. All right, getting into the 4800 bag here, it's just like it was before. You unbuckle the lid, pull that back, and then that gives you access to the water bladder compartment right here on the top. That's now opened by a zipper, and it's a waterproof pocket right in there to keep your water bladder away from the rest of your gear. Make sure you get everything, keep everything dry inside the bag. Of course, like before, like the K2, you can have the roll top access like you did before. Gives you extra volume here. The overall volume of the bag, just the bag here is about 4,800, just over 4,800 cubic inches. If you add the lid onto that, you get a total of just over 5,200 cubic inches for the 4,800 bag here. New access point here for this K3 is this U-shaped zipper right here. So you've got the ability to go ahead and open that up, and it gives you access to everything inside the bag here. There's 2 compartments that you can attach to the inside of the bag, either a gear grab of sorts, and they just buckle in, whereas before they used to Velcro in right here and right here. Now you've got a buckle there and another one over on this side, so you can store smaller items, and you can of course pick up extra of those and throw them in the bottom of the bag and whatnot as well. That's another option. Another pocket that is super useful that I found to be something that was a surprise of how useful it was is this little pocket right here. It's a mesh pocket. The zipper's open right there. That's super useful if you need to get into something really quick, whether that's something like your toilet paper or something like that that sometimes you need access without digging down in the bottom of your bag. Super useful right there. I love that option, or that feature that's new for this bag. You've also got here on the outside a stretch pocket. This is a new stretch pocket for this bag design as well. It's not quite as big as the other stretch pocket, at least on the 4800, but it's still big enough to put, so a base layer or a puffy or something like that into, something you need to get to quickly, maybe some rain gear. So super useful that way. On the sides here, one of the other changes, one of the things that's new for this year is these side pockets here. You still have your stretch material, but they're bigger volume, they're more useful, especially if the bag is full. So you got one on that side and one on that side as well. Alright, some of the other new features here on the K3, particularly on the bag here, you've got 1-inch webbing all the way around now on all the straps here. So previously some of the Right, this strap here, the shoulder or the chest strap here was not a 1-inch strap. It is now. Gives you a little more rigidity there, and you've got that 1-inch webbing all the way around on the whole pack. Another change or another increase or upgrade here is the 2-inch webbing on the hip belt here. So you've really got more rigidity, and it gives you a little more ability to keep that load on your waist even more than it did before. The hip belt here has also been redesigned with some high density foam, and then the same as before, but also a big change for the K3 is the new the lumbar pad here. So you've got same as before, you've got a dual density foam here, but they've redesigned the non-slip portion and given you the ability to not only have what comes with the pack, but you can add or take away from this just by unvelcroing down here, and then you can purchase an additional lumbar support, and then you unvelcro right there and add more lumbar support in there if you need it. So the size of the lumbar, of course, is going to depend on the S-curve of your back, but having the ability to adjust that really does make a big difference on the fitting the pack properly to you, so you get the most comfort out of it. One thing I did want to touch on is as far as all the ones that I've tested, the Exo is the only one that features this non-slip lumbar pad like this. And I can attest it really does make a difference in keeping that pack from sliding down on you when you've got particularly a heavy load. So that's something that is really awesome. And then the dual density foam makes it really comfortable even with your lighter loads all the way up to your super heavy loads, 100 pounds plus, which I have done with this pack, and it maintains its comfort very, very well. Just like with all the other Exo bags, you've got the compression strap here on the side angled upwards to help keep that load pulled up when you got a heavy load on there. It's of course there, same right there, and then on this side of the bag you got the 2 compression straps doing the same thing there. So that does a good job of keeping that load from sagging on you. So let's look now at how to separate the bag from the frame here and get this thing loaded up for meat hauling. Alright, you've got an animal down. You need to load up the Exo pack here. It's really super simple. First thing you want to do is take the lid off, and you can do that by either one of these clips here, or take both of those off, or you can also do that via taking them off here on the front of the bag. I'm going to go ahead and do it off this side, pull the lid out of the way, and then go ahead and undo the tri-fold Velcro. There, and there. And that separates the top of the bag from the frame. Next, just all you want to do is unbuckle the 2 compression straps on that side, the 2 on this side as well, and you are all set. And the bag then separates from the frame just like that. So once you've got this done here, you really have a couple of ways that you can attach the meat to the bag. So you can see I've got here attached to this the crib load panel. That is obviously one attachment that you can purchase from Exo, but I'm going to show you how to do it with this and without it. So if you do not have this, what you're going to do is just go ahead and lay of course the meat right on the frame here, and then you've got these horizontal compression straps that are built into all the packs. They're not in addition or extra, so you at a minimum have those 2 horizontal compression straps. I would definitely recommend using those. You don't necessarily have to. You could use the bag here and the compression straps on the bag to sandwich the meat between the bag and the frame, but I would definitely recommend using the compression straps to get extra secure. So if you're wanting to use the crib panel here that I've got, you can do so in a couple of ways here. Obviously you're going to want to lay the pack down on the ground, put your quarter on the frame here, and then grab this and put that around here. These metal attachments latch onto the loops up here, there and there, and then that will of course hold your quarter of the elk or deer or whatever that you are packing out. So that lays in there really nice when you're not using it, so it's hidden, stays out of the way. It is a nice attachment that I definitely recommend picking up if you use one of these Exo packs. It is very, very helpful, especially if you're using boned out meat. That really helps keep the meat secure. But anyways, if you're going to use this, go ahead, attach it like that, and then grab the bag, same as before, and then reattach all of these horizontal compression straps, and then you can grab the lid and reattach the lid. You can load up, of course, the head right here. You've probably seen a lot of pictures folks doing that, and then put the lid around the head and have the antlers draped over on the side here and here. That works really well, but to make sure you don't try to reattach the Velcro here onto the frame when you are loading this with meat. That's not designed to do that. Obviously it's going to be a chore to get that reattached anyways, so don't do that. But that's a quick rundown of how you load that up. Now if you want to take the bag off, you can do that. One of the nice things about having this crib is that you can utilize the straps here with these straps, the compression straps, and cinch that down if you don't want to have the bag, and so then you can just use this as additional compression, and you can go ahead and you'll leave that bag, put the Slurpee stalker on here, something like that if you need your water bladder. But it allows you to run this without the bag if you want to do so, and gives you those extra compression points with the built-in compression straps that are already attached to the frame here. So that is the Exo K3 4800 pack. Hopefully that's helpful for you and gives you an idea of the features of this pack. Definitely drop any questions down in the comments. We'll answer every single one of them for you, and stay in touch that way if you have any questions on it. Stay tuned for our review of this pack. We've been putting it to the weight test and seeing how it performs under really heavy loads as well as lighter loads and just daily comfort throughout the hunting season. So keep an eye out for that. I'll put a link down in the description as soon as that review is finished. So stay tuned for that. We sure appreciate you following along here today. We'll see you next time.